Hello and good day everyone. Welcome to our English class. Again, it's teacher Jasmine for English 4 and it's week 3 now. Welcome students. How is everyone doing? So our lesson for today is about noting significant details. In this lesson, it highlights the identification of significant details in a text. This involves the process of noting essential information that a text provides. This process allows you to notice the events, characters, and other information highlighted by authors or writers. You are expected to demonstrate understanding of the text elements to comprehend various text types and note significant details portrayed in the selections or passages. So let's understand the part or the details first. So what are the details? They are small pieces of information that support the main idea. They tell something about people, events, things, times, objects, circumstances, situations, and manner. And let's look for the implicit details. They are used to describe or define a general state. These are the details that we can see. So you can see it word per word in the sample or in a sentence inside a paragraph or the text that you're reading, but then it is an idea that you may think while you are reading the text. While explicit details are the specific details that we can see and are measurable. These details are stated clearly. That's why explicit details are information or it is a sentence or a part of the text. You can see it inside the paragraph that you are reading. Next, about noting details. Noting details is a reading comprehension skill that involves picking out from a piece of text information to achieve a given purpose. These details are the ones that good readers notice and others use to emphasize the events, characters, and other details in texts. So there are basic types of texts. So before we note details, let's talk about the type of text. The first one is informational or factual text. It informs, instructs, or persuades the reader by giving facts and information. Its purpose is to describe a place or thing using facts. It retells events which may have already happened in time order. It classifies, describes, and gives factual information about people, animals, things, or phenomena. It also gives instructions on how to make or do something. Let's talk about literary text. It entertains or elicits an emotional response by using language to create mental images. Literary texts' purpose are to describe people's characters, places, events, and things in an imaginative way. It retells events from novels, plays, films, and personal experiences to entertain others. Now, let's go back and talk about the meaning of details. Yes, they are small pieces of information that support the main idea. They can either be implicit and explicit. One of the important skills needed in understanding details is known as noting details. So, noting details is a reading comprehension skill that involves picking out from a piece of text information or to achieve a given purpose. Text information may be taken from either informational or factual text and literary texts. So remember, when we say implicit, it's not stated or it's not word per word. You can see it in the text, but you can feel it, you can understand it. Explicit text or details are what we see in the text or in the paragraph. We can see it and we can read it inside the text. Now here's another
Jane already
video
knows
example.
how to use the dictionary, thesaurus, and online sources to find meaning of words. But she has another problem. She's reading the story of the ant and the grasshopper, but she can't understand the story. How can we help her? Depende ito sa klase ng teksto na iyong binabasa. Let us study the different types of text: narrative, informational, procedural, and enumerative. Narrative text includes any type of writing that relates a series of events and includes both fiction, like novels and short stories, and non-fiction, like journals and biographies. When noting details in a narrative text, Jane needs to answer the question words. Informational text gives information about a topic. Examples are books and articles that talk about facts or true information. In this kind of text, you can make use of an outline to organize the details. The details we must take note in an informational text are classification, description, and conclusion. Classification is where the topic is introduced. The description is the sequence of related statements about the topic. The conclusion is the ending of the text. It reflects what the author wants the readers to remember. A procedural text tells the steps on how to do something or how to get somewhere. Dito, dapat sunod-sunod ang mga hakbang dahil kung hindi, iba ang kalalabasan nito. These are the parts of a procedural text that we must note. The title is the goal or the outcome of the activity. For example, how to bake a cake. The materials or ingredients are the things we need to complete this activity. For example, we need flour, eggs, and butter to bake a cake. The series of steps are the things we need to do. They are listed in chronological order. The signal words that are often used are verbs like whisk, combine, mix, and so on. The conclusion is a short statement outlining what the final product should look like. An enumerative text presents a list of related information, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in order, unlike in a procedural text. Some of the signal words we should pay attention to are, for example, first, furthermore, and also. Does the example present a list? Yes, but there is no need to follow a chronological order when you note the details, because these are not steps or directions. Now, let us look at the story that Jane was reading and try to answer the question words. In a field one summer's day, a grasshopper was hopping about, chirping and singing to its heart's content. An ant passed by, bearing along with great toil an ear of corn he was taking to the nest. "Why not come and chat with me?" said the grasshopper, "instead of toiling and moiling in that way." "I am helping to lay up food for the winter," said the ant, "and recommend you to do the same." "Why bother about winter?" said the grasshopper. "We have plenty of food at present." But the ant went on its way and continued its toil. When the winter came, the grasshopper had no food and found itself dying of hunger, while it saw the ants distributing every corn and grain they had collected in the summer. Then the grasshopper knew it is best to prepare for days of need. Now, let's answer the question words so we can help Jane. Who are the characters in the story? The ant and the grasshopper. What are the characters doing? The ant was toiling while the grasshopper was taking it easy. Where did it happen? In a field. When did it happen? It happened one summer day. Why was the ant toiling? It was preparing for winter. How did the ant prepare for winter? It carried the food to the nest. Those answers are the important details of the story. Ngayong nasagot na natin ang mga ito, ay alam na natin kung tungkol saan ang kwento. Ang tawag sa ginawa natin ay noting details. What have we learned today? We learned that there are various types of text: narrative, informational, procedural, and enumerative. To understand them better, we need to know how to note details. That's all for today, and see you in the next lesson.